Hi, I'm Mrs. Lane. I'm going to be I could be your biology teacher, I could be your nursing or your careers, or I could even be the Science 600 teacher. So it's nice to meet you. We're doing this, trying to put a face to a voice this year. So that's why I'm putting this at right at the very beginning of the course overview that I'm going to be going through with you. So I'm not a native Boisean. I came from California. I have 3 children and I have multiple grandchildren that are now getting older. So my youngest one is now I'm going into 8th grade. So that keeps me busy here. I enjoy reading. I enjoy hiking. I love science. I love biology. I love taking science classes. So just a little bit about me, and I'm certainly very anxious to get to know you too. So like I said, at the very end of this part, I'm going to be going through the course overview for you. Looking forward very much to working with you this semester. I think you'll really like online schooling. So many positive things about it. So nice to meet you, and I'll be looking forward to talking with you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to look at just briefly here together the course overview, and the course overview will be found in Unit 1. Now remember too that you will have unit overviews, which will be very helpful for you because you will find a lot of live links in each unit overview. But this is a whole course overview here. So you will have a virtual lab that is at a different site than the OdysseyWare, but remember that the live link for that virtual lab will be found in your OdysseyWare lesson. So it'll be very easy for you to find, very accessible, and you will find that in each unit, which should be very helpful. I will be sending you a password, username and password to get into the lab. And as with a regular lab, one thing that you might find, I have not found it to be true in the 2 years we've been using these labs, is that the lab could be full for the moment. If everybody decided to go in at one time, it could be full. So just pull out and know that that lab is available 24/7, and just go maybe work on something else for a while, on something else in biology or another class, and just go back in at a later time and do that lab. But like I said, not once have I ever found anyone that has not been able to get into a lab when they wanted to because it was full. But just know that that's a possibility. Now, very few additional supplies will be needed. There are a couple projects that ask for, they want you to do something with celery, another one wants you to do something with a plant cutting, which can be a plant cutting from a plant indoors, it can be a cutting from a plant outdoors. But for the other, and even for those, I have gone online and I've found, for the projects, I have found somebody else doing a very similar lab that I'm assigning to you to do. So if you don't have the supplies, you really can go into what I call the web links to assist, because they are to assist you since you don't maybe have supplies. And go in and watch that, watch the video, the appropriate video, and then go ahead and answer the questions that are assigned for that particular project. But certainly know that if you can, anytime you can actually do the lab, it really benefits you because it's more fun, it helps you learn more, it helps you remember more rather than just watching somebody else do it and then you answering the question. So always try and obtain, any supplies that might be needed if you can. But know too, though, if you can't, that we do have something for you to use in place of that so that you can move forward. Now you'll notice that you're going to see lessons, you're going to see projects, you're going to see quizzes and tests in each unit. Now your lessons are going to be worth 20% of the grade per unit. Projects are 30%. Remember, the projects include that virtual lab. Quizzes and tests are each 25% of the grade per unit. What they do is for all the lessons, quizzes, tests per unit, they get a grade, and then you'll have a grade, overall grade for Unit 2. and an overall grade for Unit 3. And what they do at the end of the semester is they average the 6 units together to get your final grade. Now, one thing that has been helpful in the past is that any 2 quizzes can be retaken per semester. Now, you might want to keep these for things like, I've seen some students use it in case maybe they were taking a quiz and they were called away and they weren't able to finish the quiz. Or maybe the computer wasn't charged as much as you thought it was going to be and they got shut out halfway through the quiz. You have 2 quizzes that you can use for me to reopen those quizzes for you that maybe were shut down, that you can go ahead and redo them. You can either finish them or redo them. Now, other people, I think they try to be careful with making sure that computers are charged. They've allotted enough time to do the quiz, such that they actually want to use the redos for low quizzes that they have gotten. Maybe they did poorly on a quiz or 2, and so they want to go back and redo 2 quizzes so that they can improve on their grades. So however you would like to use them is perfectly fine, but know that there are 2 per semester, and all you have to do is just let me know that you want me to go back and either reopen so you can finish something, or I can even start it over completely and you can restart again. Now, as far as extra credit work, if you have an average grade of B or higher, feel free to contact me and we can work together on seeing about coming up with an idea for you to do something such that we can improve your grade, okay? But know that you have to have at least a grade of B or higher to be considered for extra credit work. Now, one new thing for this year, and you'll probably hear this from all of your teachers, is that no blank essay answers will be accepted, whether it's on lessons or quizzes or tests. You know, in the past, we have had some students that have just submitted them. They don't give them a try, they just submit them and know that they will get a 0 for that portion of whatever it is. But we have come up with a plan where we feel it is a benefit to you to do those essay answers. And the reason is it gives us a chance to see if you really understand what you're talking about. It's easy with a fill-in, or it's easy with a multiple choice to just guess something. You might get it right. You may have no clue about, you just kind of guessed. With an essay answer, you have to pretty much know what you're talking about to write out that essay answer. And so it gives us as teachers a chance to see, do you know what you're talking about? Or if you don't, that's fine. We can go back, we can see that. We can go back in and we can, we can work with you such that you can understand it. So it gives us an opportunity to help you. So if anything comes in blank, we will send it back and we'll ask you to go ahead and, finish that essay answer. If it comes in empty again, then assignments will, future assignments will be locked, and there's a possibility of having a parent-teacher conference to, resolve the issue of this happening, because it does benefit you. Outside resources you will or might need will be found in each unit under Unit Overview Assignments. That's where you'll be finding, among other things, that web links to assist. Let's see if there's anything else. Another new thing this year is we're requiring that study guides before the quizzes be completed. Last year we left that as being optional, up to the student, but we did find out that students who actually did use the study guide did much better on the quizzes. So again, we've made the decision to benefit you that before a quiz can be taken, the study guides need to be completed and then turned in. And then I think you will find that it really behooves you to do that, because you'll find that your grades will be nice and high, which is what we want. Let's see, we talked about that. As far as ways to communicate, many ways to communicate back and forth with us. We have phone, we have email, Odysseyware messages, and my favorite is the help notes that are within each lesson and project. what's nice about that is that while you're working on that particular lesson or project, if a question comes up, you can send it to us, and I can, you know, it comes right to me, and I can answer something back to you right away. We can talk back and forth right there while we're both looking at that lesson. So it's a real neat, immediate, very specific way of keying in on a lesson or project and being able to discuss it and see what help that you might need. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have, oh, one other thing, we do have class lives, which are great. That's kind of like a classroom or an office that you can come into. There's a whiteboard in there. I can write on it to help you. You can write on it. We both can write on it together. We can look at OdysseyWare lessons together. We can look at things on the web together. It's a great resource for you to know about and to have if you get stuck or you want help on anything at all. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. All these different things that are available to you to help you with your work. So if you have any questions on anything, let me know. We could go over this again together. I think I mentioned, I'm not positive if I did because I've gone through this a couple times and then decided to redo it, but I think that I mentioned that there is a virtual lab video that if you watch it, it'll give you a good walkthrough on your virtual lab so that you can find your way around much easier. But even if that doesn't work or it's not as clear as I would have liked, then you and I can get into that class live together and can look at and do a walkthrough together. And what's nice about the class live is that we can do it one-on-one. So it's almost like having a tutor. We can get in there, everything's available to us, and we can work one-on-one just about any time during the week. So let me know how things are going, and I'm looking forward to working with you this next semester. So thanks. Bye-bye.